Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Today's April 23rd, and today we're going to be doing a lesson on just looking at the transitions on PowerPoint, transitioning from one slide to the next using various forms that we have available to ourselves. We're also going to look at how to transition with sound. We're going to look at how to transition using automatic timing versus a mouse click. So a lot of things we're going to work on today. And then lastly, we're going to work on how to insert a YouTube video directly into your presentation so that if there's a video you want to put in your presentation, you don't have to click out of PowerPoint to go there. You can just insert it directly into your PowerPoint. And so the first thing to start off, let's just close out PowerPoint here. Of course, to open up PowerPoint, we can always start down here in the bottom right. And just make sure that let's just 1 second, make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yeah, we're on screen too. Perfect. Okay. And so we will just start here by going to PowerPoint and just click PowerPoint right there from the start menu, just PowerPoint right there. And that'll open up PowerPoint. You can always start by opening up any recent documents here. So you can always do new and click blank presentation. You can select from any of these different formats and themes that are already available down here in the bottom. But today we're just going to open up something that's already been opened up. So I'm going to open up this one here called Dominican Republic. And then it's going to go ahead and open up my slides. So here we have our slides. This is our slide pane where we can work on, editing the slide, moving things around. And this is where we really create the slideshow. Over here on the left is the slide navigation pane. This is where you can click and move things around. So you can reorder your slides. And I'm just clicking and holding down a left click and then moving that slide around. So you can move your slides around here in the slide navigation pane. Down here is where you can go to slide sorter right here. So you can also move your slides around here by clicking and moving. Okay. Normal view is the normal view. We have reading pane also, which is available. Looks like that. And then lastly, here's the normal slideshow that we would use in our normal presentation is this button here. And you can see that this particular one, it takes me to like a presenter mode. I'm in presenter mode for my presentation. So on another screen is my actual presentation right now. And it's showing me what the presenter would see though. So this would be my next slide. This would be the slide I'm on. You can always come here and use the laser pointer and your audience will see whatever you see on this big slide right here. This one over here is just showing you what your next slide is so that you can be prepared. So it's a really nice way to do your presentation. So I'll just go and click out of that. Okay. So let's look at doing some transitions. So I'm going to go back over here to slide 1 really quick, and I'm going to go up to transitions up here and see we have lots of different transitions up here. These are all our options. And again, a transition is how do you get into that slide. So if I'm on slide 1 and I add a transition, let's say I'll do the curtain one, it's how do I want to transition into that slide that I'm on. So for slide 1, if I add a transition, again, that would be the transition for the beginning of the show. Over here, you can see every time I click curtain, it'll show me a preview of what that would look like coming into the slide. Another way to preview it would be to come over here and hit preview. And it'll continue to preview that. So if I do random bars, for instance, it'll show me what random bars will look like. Notice over here, it gives me the time of the transition. So this particular transition right now has no sound and the duration is 1 second. So again, if I go to cut, that one's really quick. It's 0.1 seconds. Let's do curtain. Curtain is 6 seconds long. And you can see that it takes about 6 seconds to do that. So that is the transition for this slide right now. So if I come back down and I hit presentation mode, notice that it opens up and there's the beginning of the presentation, about a 6 second transition into opening up that. I'm going to just actually go over here really quick and set up my slideshow so that everything stays on this monitor over here. I'm not going to use presenter mode. Okay. So now when I go to presentation, it's just going to show here on the screen that I'm sharing. So you guys can see now that, yep, 6 seconds, and it opens up and there's my first slide. And so let's go back to transition. So that is slide 1. So let's look at what we got here again. We have curtains. We have no sound, a duration of 6 seconds. And right now, this slide will transition to the next slide when I click the mouse. There is no timing set, okay? So let's go ahead and do that for the next one. So for the food, I'm just going to do shape. Notice it gives me 0.8 seconds. Let's make it 2 seconds. Let's hit preview. So it's a little bit of a slower shape. Let's get it, let's make it long like the curtain one. 6 seconds, preview. Nice long transition there. Okay. And so again, notice here that the duration on this one is 6 seconds. And again, it's how do we get into the food slide, right? So transition is always, how do you want to transition into the slide that you're currently editing? So I'm going to go here to the map slide. I'm just going to click the drop down here because let's say I don't like any of these that are available. You can always click here and you can get more options. And I want to do the random one. So now this particular slide, to get into this slide, we're going to have a random transition, and it's going to be a 1.5 seconds. And again, only when the mouse click will it advance. I'm going to come down to country flag, and let's choose another one. Let's do checkerboard. I like that one a lot personally. Let's make it a little bit slower. Again, no sound, and on click. And then this last one, to get into our last slide here, I am going to, let's kind of play around and see what we like. Split's kind of nice. Let's do a dissolve. Let's do a slow dissolve. 3 seconds. There we go. Okay, so now I have a different transition for each one of my slides. I'm going to go to presentation mode here, and let's check it out. So that's slide 1. Nice long 6 second for slide 2. Got a different one there. Nice one. And that's our final one, I believe. And now we go to the end of our presentation. So there we go. So nice and easy to add those. Again, we did not add any, we did not use apply all. We did not add any sounds, and we did not add any timing on when to advance our slides. So now let's go back to clear all of the transitions that you have. You can just come to the first slide, hit no transition, hit none, and hit apply to all. And it'll go ahead and clean that up. It'll go ahead and clean that up. Okay. And so, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how we are going to add in sounds, and also probably we'll add some of these transition after so much time, right? So let's go ahead and do, I'm going to do shape for this first one. And I'm just going to keep it at, let's do the 2 second, 2.5 seconds. Okay. And then I am going to say advanced slide. So leaving this slide, going to the next one, how long do I want it to take? I want to give it 4 seconds. So what I have here is when I'm on this slide in the live presentation, I can either click the mouse to advance the slide, or after 4 seconds, it'll advance the slide on its own. And the transition coming into the slide is no sound, a duration of 2.5, in this shape. So let's just check it out. And I'm not going to touch anything, and let's see if it advances the slide after a few seconds. And there it goes. It went ahead and advanced the slide. Now notice on this slide, I can keep it here. I did not put a setting on this slide yet to advance after 4 seconds. So it doesn't know that what I wanted to do with it, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and back out of the presentation. And let's say I wanted to apply this setting to all of the slides. That's very easy to do. Again, we're on shape, 2.5 seconds. Let's actually go ahead and add a sound too while we're at it. Why don't we do an arrow? So we have a sound added to the transition coming in. It's going to be 2.5 seconds of this transition. And then on the way out, to advance the slide, you either have to click the mouse or after 4 seconds, it'll do it automatically. I'm going to hit apply to all. So now it's going to apply that transition setting to all of the slides. And let's just come and watch it do its thing. So it did a quick arrow sound there. I don't know if you guys heard it right when the slide started. And there we go. So that's our presentation right now. So again, we used the apply all button. We added some sounds. Now, if there were a sound that you wanted to add that was not available here in the drop-down menu, if you had some sounds in your computer, you could always select other sound. And then you could navigate to wherever that sound is at. And you could go ahead and select it and then just hit open. And it'll allow you to bring in any sounds that you have on your computer. So that could be, recordings that you did yourself or whatever you want it to be. Let's see here. So we've got our sound. We've looked at duration. Again, if you don't have the option here to on mouse click advance, if you unclick that, it will only advance after 4 seconds. You will not have the ability to manually click to advance the slide. So it's very important that you make sure that you have the options that you want. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and the last thing that we wanted to do really quick is just show you how to add a YouTube video. So I'm just here on YouTube. I went to youtube.com, and let's say I want to add this video into my presentation. By the way, I love Mount Rainier. So I'm just going to click it, and it's going to bring up that video. And after this commercial, and there we go. And now we have this video playing in YouTube. Okay. Go ahead and skip the trial. And it's just showing me a bunch of fun stuff. All right, so now to get the link to this video, you need to go to share here. And if you're doing this on your phone or something else, you'll have to find wherever there's a share button for the particular video that you're looking at. I'm going to hit share. And you see this link here. This is the exact link to that video. So I'm just hit copy. Okay. Going to go back to PowerPoint. I'm going to actually just make a new slide for this, and I'm going to call it Mount Rainier video. Okay. You can insert a video right here. So we can click that option. Gives me this, but I don't have it on here. I only have a link. So let's delete that. And then I'm going to go back to insert. I'm going to go back to insert. And I'm going to go here to video. And I'm going to go to online videos. And then it brings up a menu for me and says, enter the address for the online video. And I'm going to go ahead and paste the online address, and it's going to show me a preview to make sure that that's the video that I want. So I just added the video link in there. It shows me here. I can go ahead and hit insert. And now it inserts that video. Go ahead and just move it, get it where you want it to be, make it as big as you want it to be. If you move it right into the center, you see that red line that comes right down the middle. That tells you that the video is centered on the slide. So I'm going to release it right there. And then let's go and check out if our video worked. So once you give it a second, yep, and then it automatically plays that video. Okay, but I had automatic transitions on. So did you notice there, because I had automatic transitions on after 4 seconds, it actually changed my slide. So I'm going to actually turn that off for this slide. I'm going to go back into presentation mode. Notice it takes a second to recognize the YouTube video. And now if I hit play, now the video plays straight from the PowerPoint, which is fantastic. Okay, and that'll be audio and everything for that video. So That's it, guys. Good luck out there, and I hope that this video helps.